Oh my god. Basement just announced a tour in London. I'm going. Hi guys, my name's Lauren and today I'm going to be talking to you about something that I probably love more than most things in the world. And when I say that, I don't mean food. Today I'm going to be talking about music and gigs, particularly tips for a first-time gig goer, especially for punk or an indie gig. I've been to quite a few gigs in the past and recently, so I just wanted to share with you a few things that annoy me, a few things that I like about gigs, things you shouldn't do and things maybe you should do. Okay, so the first thing on my list, which is by far the most annoying thing to do at a gig for either yourself or for anyone else, is taking a bag. Especially if it's a backpack or a tote bag or any kind of bag it is, unless it's a bum bag, is annoying and people are gonna get annoyed with you. Fair enough if you're going to, for example, I went to a gig in Cambridge a few months ago to see Slaves with some friends. I took a bag, popped it in the cloakroom. So if you put it in the cloakroom, that's fine, but just don't take it in the gig with you, especially if it's going to be a really mad gig. About a year ago, I went with my stepdad and my stepbrother to go and see AC/DC. I took my Catfish in the Bottom and tote bag with me. I got there and for the whole thing it was just so annoying because obviously you're so packed in and you can't move, and then it's just the worry of having your bag there as well and just having to make sure you don't drop it or you don't lose things and you have to look after it. And it's going to annoy other people as well because it's going to get in their way and you're just going to be like, oh, like people are going to be bumping into you, and you're not going to want that. You're going to want to enjoy yourself. You're going to want to jump around, dance. You just shouldn't have a bag. Like, it's so annoying. Why do you need a bag? Like, what else do you need other than your phone and some money in that situation? Is wear suitable shoes. I mean, I usually wear Docs at gigs because they're just easy, you know, they're not going to come off your feet. Make sure they're quite old Docs because obviously Docs are quite hard to break in. If they're not broken in, then they're going to hurt and you're going to get blisters, especially if you're jumping around or if you're in a mosh pit. And you're going to also have to expect that people are going to jump on your shoes and they're going to stamp on your feet, and that can't be helped. So again, this one kind of ties in with the suitable shoes. You need to wear suitable clothes. Some girls like to go out in really girly, tight dresses. That isn't going to work at a gig because it's going to get dirty and it might, whatever fabric it might be, it might get ripped. It depends on how rough the crowd is. Just have some sense and don't wear new clothes at a gig like that. Okay, so when I go to a gig, this is probably the one thing worse than a bag which annoys me about people. I feel like the whole way through this video is just me bitching about other people at gigs. When I go to a gig, I know that it's going to be hot and I know that I'm going to be jumping around and it's going to be busy and there's going to be people everywhere. So I don't take a coat. Once the actual main band comes on, everyone around you and yourself is going to be jumping around and you're going to be getting warm. You wouldn't need a jacket or a coat, and if you do, then you're a bit of a mug. Again, if there is a cloakroom, go and put it in the cloakroom. The cloakrooms are like £1 or £2. Some people take one to wear outside, that's fair enough, but I mean, if there isn't a cloakroom and you're going to be, you know, like holding it and carrying it around with you, that's going to be annoying for yourself because it's going to be there like a bag. You're just going to be thinking like, oh, why did I bring this with me? It's far too hot. People are going to throw drinks at you. Maybe not necessarily at you, but they are going to be thrown around. So I went to a Catfish in the Bottom gig went to Southend, and a couple in front of me, someone threw a drink and she really didn't like it. She looked at her boyfriend and she was like, oh my god, why are people throwing drinks? Like, if they throw it again, I'm gonna get my dad on them. I was just standing there like, why did you come? Like, you're gonna be pushed around, people are gonna push, they're not gonna say sorry. She was complaining about people going, oh, like they didn't even say excuse me. I was just like, they're not gonna do that. The funnier thing was that her boyfriend was actually trying to defend her and turn around to me and turning around to other people saying, oh yeah, like don't worry babe, I'll protect you, if they do it again I'm gonna hit him. I was just standing there like, why are you this close to the front if you don't want to be touched by anyone? Most of the really mental gigs or punk gigs or indie gigs like I've been talking about are going to have mosh pits. This happens at a lot of gigs, so just be aware that when you get there, it's fair enough getting a space, but there are going to be mosh pits, and if you don't want to be part of that, then maybe move outside or maybe move a little bit further back because it will get a little bit hectic. I don't understand why people sit down at gigs, especially like the Slaves, because I go to a lot of punk gigs, like I went to Boston. Why is there a need to sit down? Like, I would never ever dream or even want to sit down during my favourite band's gig. Like, it just doesn't add up to me. Like, why would you want to sit down when you can be up enjoying it and jumping about? And also, you need to be aware that all of the die-hard fans are going to be at the very front, especially if it's a bigger venue, then they're going to be at the barrier. Okay, so something else that I don't really like to see much of at a gig, especially if it's my favourite band, it's going to annoy me more, but is people that are really close to the front standing holding their phones the whole entire time. Like, where's the logic in that? I film maybe a few songs and then, you know, like, you've paid for your ticket, you've gone to enjoy it with your friends. You don't want to watch it through a screen the whole time, and plus the band or the artist don't like seeing that because they like to see you involved. So yeah, that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a little thumbs up for me. I'm probably going to be doing a few more videos on music and gigs, so it'd be nice to know if you like them or not.